Hey guys, it's DJ Wake, and yeah, guys, this is going to be a start of a new series on my channel where basically I'm going to be exploring the full backstory to each Apex Legend character. Thus far, all the information that we have on hand. Just to kick off the series, guys, I'm going to go through, of course, my main legend himself, Elliot Witt, aka Mirage. So let's go ahead and dive straight in. Elliot R. Witt grew up in a planet called Solace, where it's the same planet where the King Canyons map is also located in. He is the youngest of four brothers, and the Witts have a unique family legacy, which is their famous old pork chops. The speciality of the ingredient started from Mirage's great-grandfather called Grease Witt. Now, since Elliot being the youngest of four brothers, he always wanted to be the one that stood out and get the attention on him. So by doing this, he often fooled around just to achieve his goal. Despite being a bit of a jokey kid, a bit of a playful sort of happy-go-lucky kind of guy, the one thing Mirage did take serious was his holopilot technology. He actually adopted this hobby from his mother, who was a famous and respected engineer called Evelyn Witt. Probably the only thing Elliot loved just as equally as his holopilot technology was, of course, his favorite food, pork chops. So pretty much, as you can see, these two things did run in the Witt family: engineering and pork chops. Elliot often spent a lot of his time with his mom learning her craft, and during his spare time he looked at ways in improving his current tech work that he was actually put aside as just a bit of a practice, really. So he had a huge passion for this, and you can see that this is where he actually adopts most of his abilities through the holo technology that he later on did perfect. Elliot often did obviously keep himself to himself as a result of this, and didn't really participate much with his elder brothers, who were all doing their unique individual thing. However, Elliot unfortunately did lose all his older brothers as they went missing during the Frontier War, and as a result of this, Elliot and his mother became a lot more closer, and they now kind of more dependent on one another, seeing that it was only just them two left in the family. Whilst working as a bartender at a place called Paradise Lounge in Solace City, Elliot heard amazing stories from the regular customers about the Apex games and about the wealth and glory that came with the victory. Elliot became more and more fascinated with the Apex game and achieving both fame and fortune by competing. However, as good as this sounded, he couldn't leave his mother, who at this point was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and was slowly losing her memory. The thought of leaving his mother childless was too much to bear for Elliot. The whole point of him working at the bar was actually to bring in a stable income for both him and his mom. Elliot actually eventually confided in his mother during a conversation, and he mentioned about his dream. So what his mother actually did was gave him a set of customized holo devices and told him to follow his dream. After the tear-filled moment, and sadly one of the last few in-depth conversations he would have with his mother before her Alzheimer's disease progressed, Elliot entered the Apex game and just started to be called the outwitting and charming legend that we all know now as Mirage. So, Mirage announced his entrance into the games to his patrons at the Paradise Lounge. It's over here where he even bumped into a future legend called Pathfinder. Mirage noticed how often Pathfinder was being taken advantage of by people, often being gullible enough to follow people's orders in hope that it would lead him to find his creator. Mirage pulled Pathfinder aside and recommended that he joins the Apex game, using the fame to seek out his creator. Despite this being just a measly subtle comment that Mirage gave, Pathfinder actually took this recommendation and also entered the game. Pathfinder also, as a result of this, developed a fondness to Mirage and often called Mirage his best friend. The reason why Pathfinder respected Mirage is because he didn't lie to him. He was the first person that was very open and honest to him in recent memory. Whilst everyone else would often deceive Pathfinder and use him just to get their own ends. So Mirage, even though he understands that Pathfinder did have a huge amount of respect for him, Mirage kind of often dismisses Pathfinder by calling him robot. It is possible the reason why is because Mirage has attachment issues and it doesn't want to get too close with anyone, as given his background, he has lost all his older brothers. He's lost some of his earliest childhood friends, which he mentions also in a comment, and also with his mother suffering from Alzheimer's and often losing her memory, even forgetting who Ellie is at time to time. You can see why he has this attachment issue. Mirage is often also, you can see him making comments about missing his ex. Now, we don't have much knowledge about his ex, but given the fact that is often just commented as one ex, this person would have likely been very long-term relationship with him, and possibly someone that he grew really close to over a long space of period of time. So, during the initial deployment of the game, Mirage was actually teamed up with both Pathfinder and Wraith. Mirage's personality instantly gained notoriety amongst all the other legends. Wraith was kind of more of a serious, focused individual, whilst Mirage is laid back, cool, and always joking around. Despite the two personalities being completely different, fans like to often ship Wraith and Mirage together. Although there is no hint that they're actually in a relationship together, it's more of something that you can see during that they team up, that they like to keep each other's back and basically look out for one another. But like I said, there's no real details on a relationship. There's some comments that Wraith does make in the latest season, thus far in season 7, where she does mention about Mirage and asks about him with an interaction conversation in game with Rampart. But other than that, there's not really much else information to go on. Despite this, Mirage has got a couple of relationships developed with several individual legends. Mirage has developed a kind of a jokey, friendly, bantering relationship with Rampart, which she is kind of very similar wavelength in terms of personality. Rampart likes cracking jokes and being witty as well. In fact, Rampart, upon entering the games, was given space within Mirage's bar to help set up her workshop after it got burnt down and destroyed. Mirage ultimately, though, in the last season of season 6, he ended up chucking away all her stuff because he mistaked it by packing up, by basically getting rid of all her stuff. Although Rampart, of course, was initially unhappy with this, they've since season 7 they've actually rekindled their relationship. They're back on the original terms that they once were, and the reason for this is because ultimately Rampart's insurance money did actually help rebuild her business back up. But as a return favor, Rampart did ask for the insurance company to stick a Mirage in any whole compost heap filled area, which surprisingly the insurance company did their best to actually uphold this unusual request, just because simply what Rampart could offer them and how she came across despite being a youngish individual, because she's only 21 and has all this amazing talent. So often with this two relationship, people have described it as a friendly sibling relationship. There are some people in the community that do also ship Rampart and Mirage together, but I like to say that at the moment they're just on friendly terms, just joking about and obviously enjoying each other's company. So I can't see it being a more sibling relationship at the moment, but you never know where this could actually lead up to. Another legend that Mirage has an interaction with is Loba, and I feel like he may fancy Loba often, because when he does come into the reviving ability, he often has an interaction with Loba, mentioning that he's going to have to give her the kiss of life, but only if she's comfortable with doing so. He's also stuttering around her as well, possibly because he is shy with approaching Loba. But then again, Mirage does have a overall stuttering issues as well, so this could be one of two things. He might be lacking a bit of confidence around her, or he may be just joking about with her. But either way, Loba does often say thanks beautiful, but she does often say this phrase as a terminology to any legend. So whether she is attracted to Mirage or not, we can't really say for sure. Mirage is actually got a deep fear of Revenant. He often calls him Scary Murderbot and worries about getting eaten by him. Despite all this, I don't think Mirage has anything to worry from Revenant, as his main focus and goal is obviously Loba and getting his source key. So other than that, I don't think them two have much interaction outside the games. Mirage does have a friendly rivalry with Crypto. In fact, Mirage was originally called Old Man by Crypto. However, Crypto may have a very youthful appearance, but in Season 5, Mirage found out that Crypto is in fact a year older than him. So he now jokingly calls Crypto Old Man as a bit of payback, because Mirage is one thing that he doesn't seem to like or be fond of, the fact that he is 30 years old. Finally, Mirage sees Horizon as a motherly figure, often trying to impress her and earn her applause. When he gets complimented by her, he usually responds with excitement and wants her to witness more of his acts. So it seems like this is something that is obviously under development. Maybe Mirage, due to his issues that he's currently going on in his personal life, he sees Horizon or someone of her respected figure being a doctor and a mother herself, that he can actually look up to her and get some of the positive feedbacks that he's missing out from his life. I think this is one of the, going back to the earlier things where Mirage just crave attention. He seems to be wanting it from people such as that figure who are more senior to him, who are a bit more respected than him in terms of overall profession, just so he can actually get something in his own life to prove something for himself. So guys, you may be wondering, what did Mirage actually use his newfound fame and fortune that he earned during the Apex games? Well, one of the first things that he ended up actually buying was a spaceship called Mirage Voyager. He also seems to be a fan of keeping his own action figures and merchandisers. In fact, you can see over here on the ship that he got deployed in, there's a lot of fan artworks that he's gifted, and he actually keeps this around as decoration. So I guess this further shows that he does enjoy the attention, or also is just a bigger fan of his own pieces of work or his own personal image. Mirage even decided to purchase his own bar as a result of the money that he earned. However, one thing that I will quickly point out is, and only Rafe knows of this information, he has had a lot of financial difficulties in keeping the bar and managing his money overall. So I like to say he's a bit of an impulsive buyer. He doesn't really think tactically. Once he earns his money, he's often pretty much in one hand and out the other. So this is where Rafe actually did make the recommendation of loaning out or renting out his spare room in the bar to help Rampart set up her workshop. This managed to keep him afloat for a while until he actually eventually blew that relationship apart as well. Mirage actually also used his fame to help him find a special woman in his life. As you can see over here, he created a dating profile. He actually mentions the fact that he resents that he's in his 30s, doesn't like pumpkin, and of course expresses his deep love for pork chops. He has commented that he's looking for a woman in her 25s and to alive, whatever that means. But that I possibly think that Mirage is both attracted to younger women and maybe just some slightly older women to him. I don't think he will be going way much older, but it seems like, again, it goes back to Mirage wants somebody good around his shoulder to help him, make him look good, or like someone like in a Horizon sort of position where she is a bit more older, a bit more matured, but at the same time he craves that sort of respect from different types of women. Anyway guys, that's me looking into it a bit too much, but that's the information that we know so far from his dating circumstances. Finally guys, just to add some little bit of interesting facts about Mirage so I can wrap up this video. Firstly, Mirage is 30 years old and stands at 5'11". I did make an ethnicity video previously, just discussing all the nationalities of each individual Apex legend, but since then Respawn developer Tom Casilio actually has confirmed Mirage is mixed race and has in fact 20 different nationalities mixed into him, including Armenian. Reason for all these backgrounds, as the game is set is of course in the future, it is very likely, looking at the modern world, that there will be a lot more mixed race individuals in the near future as humanity continues to grow and interact more and more. Mirage is actually revealed in Season 6 to be suffering from sexuality issues. He actually mentions this himself during the quest mode, but he doesn't actually dwell into the specifics as what exactly the issue is. Mirage's personality is based off Respawn developer Mohammed Alavi. Now, Mohammed himself is Iranian, so it's possible, again, this may be one of the 20 ethnic backgrounds Mirage has in him that Tom has mentioned, so there may be a bit of Iranian in him also. Mirage often talks to himself and notes that he does do this when he's actually engaging in a personal conversation with himself. In fact, if you're often left on your own with no teammates during in-game, he does comment these things quite regularly. This may be just because he wants some sort of reassurance for himself, or maybe that he does this privately in his own time as well. Possibly, again, this is something that people with speech issues or sort of personal issues with themselves kind of do often engage in personal conversation as a bit of confidence boost, as you can say, or just something that helps them free up their mind a bit more from stress. Mirage actually does have in-game interactions with Rampart that he's hinted that he's participated in more than 8 seasons of Apex games, and he has been the kill leader before, although he doesn't make it obvious as to what season he actually achieved this status. Finally, Mirage does in fact often stutter, or rather he has difficulty pronouncing some more fancy and complex words, and often gives up and basically simplifies what he actually wanted to really say. Again, like I said, this is maybe a condition of Mirage that he does suffer from some sort of stutter, or maybe it's just a complete lack of advanced literature skills, but I feel like it's the latter, where Mirage may have some speech issues, and this could have been as a result from early childhood, where he's just trying to get attention from all his older brothers and actually developed into a personal problem with him. Yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it. That's all the little fun facts that I have with Mirage as well. Now, hopefully you guys did appreciate this video. It is something new that I have done, and I am going to do a lot more of these content to explore each individual legend background. I've not done something like this on my channel before, so hopefully I did do well. Like I said, if it's come across neatly, please let me know. If you guys did enjoy it, then you can hit that like button, and that actually does help out a small YouTuber like myself as usual. But like I said, appreciate all the support that I have been getting on my Apex Legends content. I will be back with obviously some more topic vids, some more different vids during this time. I will again say that I'm going to redo the skin videos as well once there's a bit more skins to run with, because at the moment I have covered all the main legends up until season 2 and gone through their tier list. I'm just now waiting for hopefully Crypto to get a new skin in the near future. Then I'll make a list on him, and then of course it'll be Revenant, Loba, and so forth. But either way, guys, as you can see, I am expanding my Apex content onto my channel. So if you did happen to be new over here, why not come on board, show some support, hit that subscribe button. It'll be massively appreciated. Let me know what legend you want me to go through the background of next. Lucky enough, I've got every single legend that I can explore with this, so I've not really got any particular order. I've only just did the Mirage because he is my main guy at the end of the day. I just thought it'd be easier for me to start off with him. Anyway, people, like I said, I do appreciate all the support. Thank you for your time. This is going to be my last video for this year, so hopefully you guys do enjoy 2021. And yeah, either way, guys, take care, peace up. I will see you all next year. I think possibly he might be Saudi Arabian. هلا اجا الزعيم العظيم.